We are live, and there's Brandon in the corner. He is now officially a sock puppet because he was bad and he didn't listen or pay attention. So he is now a sock puppet that gets to talk. Hey, Brandon, how's it going? I just had you 1 second ago. What happened to you? Am I literally talking to myself? It's going to be a weird stream if I think Brandon's here, but he's not actually here. Sock puppet Brandon, where are you? You do put your lists in Brad's Fix My Effin' Lists. And I do have some stuff and or things. And I also had a Lululemon commercial pop up, which was fantastic. Where are you? So, I'm not really sure where Brandon is right now. I'm currently connected with him. I don't know what's happening. Why are you trying to change your mic? Would be the question of you already had voice and you decided to break it. This is upsetting me. I had totally Brandon's audio and everything was fine. And then he was like, Brad, I would like to ruin it. And he did. And it was amazing. I didn't see it coming. I don't know why he decided to try to change that. But we do have lists up. We have lists. We're going to start with robots for Mr. Alex Singh. So we've got Chronomancer, Hexmark Destroyer, Locust Lord is going to go with a unit of Locust Destroyers bouncing around getting rerolls. I heard you also with no problem, and I told you that you were fine. We had your audio, and you decided to try to fix something, and then we had no audio whatsoever. I'm not saying it's anybody's fault, but it's 100% Brandon's fault because I heard him clearly. I gave him a sock puppet, which he should have been happy with, but he wasn't. You can't please everyone at all. But let's talk about this list. We got Double Overlord, one with a Resurrection Orb. We've got a Plasmaster to join and do some pew-pewing. We've got a Transcendent. We've got a Nightbringer. We've got a Void Dragon. We've got 2 units of Immortals. The 1 Locust Destroyer that pops in and does some random stuff. And then we've got 2 units of 3 Tomb Blades to go do things. And the Night Scythe combo, which I don't like at all. The list is unintelligible on the screen. Why is it unintelligible? I can see it perfect on the thing. What's wrong with the list, to be honest with you? Tomb Blades are the best. It's blurred. It is perfect for me. That's weird. I can see it literally like clear. Clear as day watching it. And I have terrible vision. I'm still waiting for Brandon, but that's fine. I also
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, Brandon.
All right, there we go. Apparently, so we have some thunderstorms going on here, and Skype just doesn't want to work correctly.
Well,
let's see if I can get my camera on now.
I don't even need your camera. I've got a sock puppet.
Well, fine. I don't want your camera anyways.
You are significantly less attractive than the sock puppet, so I'm just saying.
Which sock puppet am I? The one with the green hair or the red hair?
Oh, I think you're a combination.
A combination. Okay.
A combination of sock puppets, my friend. Let's look at this robot list now, my friend. We gotta get focus up on the robots. I'm not a big fan of the Night Scythe like trick combo. I just don't think it's worth it, to be perfectly honest with you. And I'm a huge fan of Tomb Blades. I would like some sick man squads. I think that they put out like a wonky amount of damage, and shoot and scoot is insanity. I mean, like literally every unit that can shoot and then move after is wildly valuable for the fact that not only can you keep yourself safe, but you can also keep yourself ability to steal objectives, things of that nature. You can move block like wildly crazy. Exactly. Andy, which sock puppet is complaining about Dark Angels Outriders? That's the Brandon one.
Ooh, probably the green hair then.
So bouncing around with a I didn't even look to see if this was Hypercrypt. I'm just assuming it's Hypercrypt. So in this, I would like more. Why is Nightbringer 255 points? Because the Necron player wants to explain to you why Nightbringer's overcosted as he takes your big boy and snaps his back over his knee. The line of Gilliman. We're not even talking about your Primarchs.
They're so awful.
Also, I really want to be sponsored by Lululemon, everybody. Let's do that.
So where's all this? Is this it? Like, this feels like there's nothing in it.
No, it's in 2 times. There's 2 times 10 Immortals, 2 times 3 Tomb Blades.
This doesn't feel like that much stuff.
I mean
I guess
3 Catans.
Yeah, but those are lame. They can't go through walls.
They're going to be bouncing around the entire game.
This entire list is defeated by like 5 infiltrators and a Phobos librarian.
I mean, they'll just kill them. So, not the Phobos librarian, but but you can push on this. I think that this is why I really want. He wants to drop some stuff off the night side, and I just do not like it. Lululemon Bradchester OnlyFans, 100%. I can get down with that.
You gonna wear those leggings for us, Brad?
I don't know if I've ever noticed Lululemon ever. I mean, I don't have any, obviously, but I'm pretty sure that not only is it not my jam, but it's also probably too expensive for me to even have. Do they sell those at Target? Do they?
Probably not.
Probably not.
No, you have to go to like your local craft show. So there's always like a person who sells it, just like all the other multi-level marketing products.
I'm legit with that. Now I'm gonna put this screen up over here and this screen up over here. So my thing is that set up a GoFundMe for Lululemon. Do you buy the Custodes handle 1 to 3 Catan, but not 4? No, I do not. Because of the fact that why do they know they handle 4 in the first place? They're not even killing the Catan or the Custodes that fast in the first place. And they have to stay away from Trajan's unit because the Trajan's unit will just start picking up Catan like it's his job. So I'd rather have more shit. But I always want more shit, to be honest with you, a little bit. But I'm fine here with the triple Catan's fine. I just don't like the night sight trick. Could just be more guys. You know what I mean? Maybe some of the Necron players can throw it on me. I'm not a big fan of the night sight still. It just feels like for what you're giving away, your point costs change. I would rather.
So what is the trick you keep talking about?
You can just drop shit off near people. It gives you like he's just trying to get options with this, and I don't care about it. Like I would rather have. If you're doing Hypercrypt, I would rather have like 1 unit of Wraiths or more units of everything or 6-man units of Tomb Blades. Hey, sup.
Brad, are you a kumquat?
I'm more of like a snap into a Slim Jim than a Lululemon. But the thing is that against your Custodes, against your shooting army, chaos and stuff like that, you just need more shit. And we could just jam into, because there are lists that are running 4 and 5 Catan right now. But in this list, I would rather have not the Night Scythe and some more things to really help this list. Just play the mission. You got to figure that Hypercrypt, again, has the best movement in the game, a la Grey Knights. How did I not get invited again? You just don't message me because you wake up like 1 second before I go live, by the way. And you could have definitely joined and been better tech than Brandon is right now. Are you even still there?
I am still here.
Jesus, I can't trust you anymore.
The sock puppet is always with you.
The sock puppet is always with you. My thing on this is I like the Lord, the Locust Lord with the destroyers is pretty legit. You know what I mean? And he pops down with the rerolls and smashes shit. Obviously he can veil all over the place, but like I just think that you could have more stuff. You know what I mean? And it would help quite a bit because this list does have a damage issue. You know what I mean? When people start picking up the immortals and stuff like that. I mean, Kyle, you could just join this call. Brandon chatbot sounds busted. Except I'm using the new Google version, so like it always looks weird. So here, you know what, everybody? We're gonna add Kyle Treya to this call. And he's not gonna pick up, and it's just gonna piss me off.
So is Kyle going to be a sock puppet, or can I get promoted to a crew guy?
I don't know about these things. I think that you're still going to be a sock puppet.
You're a sock puppet.
I mean, I am calling Kyle right now, and he's not going to answer. And then he's going to basically like, "Why, Brad? Don't you invite me?"
I see Kyle.
I don't believe you. I see nothing. Yeah, exactly. Kyle Trey is unavailable. Ah, God damn it. 199 probability super chat. Another stream and another go blue. Shit.
Worth it.
We want to hear about Brandon's adventures at Cherokee before he gets zapped by lightning.
Do you want to talk about my adventures at Cherokee, or do you want to continue talking about necrons waiting on Kyle?
Kyle's dead to me now. He didn't answer. I want to hear
You
about
make
your
it seem like
adventures.
that surprises you at all.
He just said he's mad that he didn't get invited, and he wanted to come on.
Now he's like probably walking around the neighborhood or something.
Walking doing what? Terrorizing people?
Maybe.
Give us your adventures so I can continue on with Fix My Legs.
So I pulled the expert Brad level move. I showed up Friday morning, a half hour before the event started, bought my ticket, put my list in 15 minutes beforehand. Didn't review half the unit entries that I'd never used before, so I was using Riptides wrong all weekend. Not in like a better way. No, I made them artificially worse than they actually are. And I had some pretty good games. So I played against, first round was against Space Marines. They were doing the transport, or actually, no, they were doing Gladius. And he really messed up his positioning on the Land Raiders. And he spread himself too thin. Like, he didn't hit me hard. And I was just able to pick apart his army and not take any damage in return. Round 2 was against Orcs, where I sent you that picture of the placement of the terrain of how I was able to create a 24-inch gap in between.
Sorry. Get us a $1.99 super chat. Like and subscribe for Corbulo.
I have invaded.
I mean,
you're alive.
I mean, have you though? Another person without a picture. You guys are pointless to me.
We can't handle his beard. That's why. So I just played against a lot of really weird armies. Like, the third game was against Custodes, and the guy just didn't want to finish, or didn't want to not roll 4+ saves. Like 60 to 65, 70% passive rate, and I lost to him.
I'm literally putting up another name for the sock puppet here.
Kyle could be the red-haired one. He has a red tattoo on his hand.
I'm also the redheaded stepchild of DOG.
True story. Apparently I can't spell Kyle. I have to make it small. Continue talking about your adventures.
All right. So, yeah, the entire setup was player plays terrain, and I played on the Cathedral table 5 times out of 6 games. The one game that I did not play on the Cathedral table, I played on the one that was featured on stream against Eldar. And it was actually a more interesting game. But my Eldar player friend, who I think his name is Logan Heath, he won SoCal Open.
Logan's a cool dude.
He was a cool dude. He was I probably should have put him on a chess clock because we ran over time by like 30 minutes because he was just measuring every single move and trying to position everything, even though I was winning by like 30 points.
Sometimes you got to use a clock. Sometimes you don't, my friend.
Then I played against Orcs, and then I finished up playing against Monic.
Hold on. I'm going to go in for this Orc fucking game. So,
I played orcs twice.
oh Jesus, Brandon sends me a picture of his game, and there's not a piece of terrain for 24 inches in the middle of the board. There's just no terrain.
Well, that was round 2.
I don't know how that happened.
Magic.
Kyle is the red hair, and Brandon is the green hair.
Okay. Kyle's name is way bigger than mine, by the way.
I'm way more important.
I mean, dude,
You also went 5-1.
oh,
We're the same level of
Jesus,
importance.
there. Are you happy now that I shrunk his name down a little bit?
I will be when I see it.
Everyone's egos are so important.
I mean, I've tried to do a fix my list, and I've had to deal with fucking Brandon being a wet cat running around, and then I've got a crazy Kyle, and then he's giving me his recap for the weekend per KR's request.
I'm ready to fix lists.
I'm ready.
How would you fix your list, Kyle, that you took this past weekend?
It's not on the stream. God damn it. We're fixing lists that people put up. No. Bad, Brandon. Bad, Kyle. No. Bad. You guys are both getting the spray bottle.
So player plays trade favors people who have experience doing it, along with fast moving and shooting armies. FLG implemented a 4-inch gap in the center move, or in the center of the table move. I don't really understand why. And that really allowed me to just completely exploit player plays terrain, because I would just be able to have a massive gap in the center of the table. Would you argue that, Brad? Like, I feel like the GW format definitely favors more close combat armies than player plays terrain.
100%. It would answer the question on that. So Gaz just goes, your favorite player plays when you want to shoot a lot? Yes. Especially with the way it was the change before, because before, when they didn't have that 4-inch, you could make firing lanes, but if somebody put down the first piece of terrain on the middle, it was very difficult to dislodge people from just having 3 objectives there and just never moving. But now that they have that, the shooting armies are wildly favored in that, because of the fact that you can just explode them off the middle. They can never just take the middle without getting killed.
Monica's still sad because he also had to deal with the massive 24-inch gap between my army and his deployment edge.
God, I love this. Andy and fucking Ed. Who comes to this for list fixing? I just come for harassment of the hosts. And Ed's like, I only come for the grab ass. If you put your list, I did a whole PowerPoint here. So if you put your list in by this morning, it's up here.
Oh, 0 chance it's on there, Garrett.
I just, if I could get, there's no chance I'm going to get through all these now. We spent a half hour trying to find out where Brandon or Kyle was.
All right, well, let's move on to the next list then.
Well, let's talk about this. Do we want to put a big boy in here? I don't hate the monolith in these lists, by the way. Because, like, I want to lose this Night Scythe anyways. It's not exactly monolith points. So it's either lose the Night Scythe to get more Tomb Blades and get some sort of, like, kick you thing, or just straight up get more trash.
So, get rid of the Night Scythe, add the Tomb Blades. The Tomb Blades have been, like, one of the best pieces on the table that you just don't focus. In all of the games that I've watched, people, like, once you're running big dudes into people and you're teleporting threats around, Tomb Blades just get the job done. They're just doing your...
It's just mortal... The mortal wounds is just such a big deal. Plus they have blast. You know what I mean? So it's just like a shit ton of attacks that can just nickel and dime you. Again, shoot and scoot is such a big deal. I'm currently playing 2 units of 6 on Tomb Blades. I just think that they're good. I can't fix Brandon's list. I made Brandon's list and I thought it was... You know how he fixed Brandon's list? He read his unit entries.
That's the list I'm using this weekend. So the list that I read off to you, I'm using that this weekend for a team tournament.
Excellent work. You know what? We're going to talk guard, guys. So I had to put this in as the title of it because it was Brad working on a guard list. Help a brother out. Killing Nate. Gaunt's Ghost. Lord Solar. Platoon Command Squad. 3 tank commanders. 2 times Death Corps of Krieg. A Chimera. A Basilisk. 2 Bully Gun Squads. Rough Riders. Lehman Russ Exterminator. 2 Medusa Carriage Batteries. And 2 Scout Sentinels in a tree. I dare Brad. I actually already made a bunch of demons lists, so I'm already ready for that. Exactly. We did fix Brandon's list with a Stu Black method. Get good, scrub. I would put a Castrian unit in here. I do not really like these Bulligren squads. I may be on the minority here, but they just seem so meh compared to what other people do. I'd probably take the Riders out too. A lot of people love them though. I would like, as usual, just more stuff. One of the biggest things about guard is you just want to have enough. You have to have enough damage because you're looking to overwhelm people, but you also have to have enough stuff to keep people the hell off you. And I don't know if the Bulligrans are doing a good job of that, or whether I just like to have some more Death Corps or just like some Cadian units that just get out there and take objectives and get smoked. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what I'm thinking in this guard list. I do like the guard list though.
I mean, Hunter was playing guard at Cherokee, and his list was wild. Like with all the infantry, all the infiltrating, deep strike deployments. That seems way more interesting than this list.
Yeah, and the thing is that you can. The meta is like it goes 25% win rate into crowns. And the thing is that you have a better win rate into crowns if you have more shit to keep them the hell off you. Because the problem is that when crowns get to choose the board on court or hypercrypt, you just need more shit to push them back. Castricans can actually, it depends on where you're looking at. There's been like a ton of Castrican lists in England, but they also have like wild more shooting armies that go in there. Bulligans do the job. You know, I'd like to like them more than I do. It's just, it just seems like they're a little swingy as far as they're trying to be durability because you can just ping them out. So, tank commanders are so expensive for what they do, but they are really good. I would just like more things because I think it's once people touch a guard list, it just is over. So I have a question. Go ahead.
So the game right now feels like you're not fighting damage as much as you're fighting keywords. Like you're fighting the busted keywords. Busted, I air quoted. You couldn't see it. Like deep strike within 3, fight first, move, shoot, move, things like that. Like these are the leverage that you're trying to like impose on the game and how you're moving around and doing the things. It's not an overwhelming damage. It doesn't feel like currently. So how is this list fighting into a 3-inch deep strike from something that has?
Well, that's my whole point. Is that I think you need more stuff. Gaz 100% double order scout using double Bulgren. Milwaukee GT guard player went undefeated to win championship ticket in Atlanta. I don't hate the double Bulgren. I kind of want just more bodies because I do want to stop 3-inch deep strikes. I do want to just push out. I do want to encircle objectives so that people can't drop on top of them. That's kind of what I want more of. I actually think I want one less tank commander. It frees up 205 points for us and would give us a lot more shit. Also, Scout Sentinels are just bonkersville good. So I kind of want that also.
Yeah, another keyword that you need to have, scout or infiltrate.
Well, that's the thing.
You probably need both.
Yeah. We just need people the hell off of us with this guard list. So I would probably drop a tank commander here. I don't hate the single basilisk because it lets us use strats and stuff on it. We do have 2 sentinels. We have 2 scout sentinels. So you're talking 2 units of sentinels, but it's not just individual sentinels, which is possible also. But I want some more bodies in here. I wouldn't mind another Chimera with a 10-man squad. I'd like to see just us have more ability to push out and screen out and just really keep people the hell away from us. Because in the end, a lot of times you just need enough damage to kill certain flanks, certain positions. You don't need to kill everything. If you can keep people low scoring and you can score your own points, you'll just win games. I do love Gaunt's Goes quite a bit.
Is the Exterminator worthwhile? Is that the one with the autocannons? It just seems like a weird tank to put in.
The Exterminator? No, he's got the big AP weapons in it.
Yeah.
I do agree on 2 commanders. I think that 3 commanders, because they're just so expensive.
So what is the list trying to accomplish? How is it scoring secondaries? Are you taking fixed? Are you taking tactical and trying to be everywhere?
Well, you can do both of those if we get more stuff in them. So you have the option to do either, because you don't want to make it so you can only take fixed, because there's going to be matchups where you don't want to take fixed because someone's got a super fast army. Someone, you know what I mean? They're going to look to pick that apart, but you want to have the ability to do both. That's why we want some more shit. And one of the things is I do really like having the basilisk because I do want to slow people down. You know what I mean? And I want more people. I just want more stuff so that we can push people away from those objectives. We can also guarantee that we're going to score all our secondaries. Exterminator is the autocannon. Yeah, I hate that though, man. I don't hate it.
So why don't you get rid of that? Take a
It does have,
Caldus Assassin plus a Scout Sentinel, and that just helps out your game
well, I
so
mean, it
much
does.
more.
The thing is that the exterminator they have the +1 AP, right? With the one, I'm gonna look in chat real quick because I'm pretty sure they have the bonus infantry. Yeah, you get plus AP with the rest of your army. That's what they're looking for. So I don't hate that because you put everybody on that. Yeah, I would say the assassin and the ghost work pretty much the same way. So we don't need a ghost. We don't need an assassin because of the ghost. But I want more bodies. I want to be able to screen out with more bodies. We'll keep the bully grid in here and just say screw it, even though they're meh for me. But and I was saying Creed just does that for 50 points with the Fields of Fire. I would rather have more shit. I wouldn't mind just throwing Creed in here and then just having more other stuff to do damage and to take the board. It just, Guard takes the board really well with just cheap units and a lot of bodies. Like sometimes if you screen layer it right, you just want to layer onion style basically and make sure that your opponent can't get into you. So I would rather have some more stuff because I'd rather have less combos and tricks and more just ability to take the board. I would lose one commander, get more things is the biggest thing I would do here because I just need more bodies. Because one of the biggest things is like, you don't want people touching you. You can't stop them from touching you if you don't have enough bodies to put in front of you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always going to advocate.
I mean, I love it. To be honest with you, I agree on that. Get with Gaz here. Drop tank commander and commissar bring 30 scouting infantries. Yes, I would rather have that 100%. It's just if you could just have more people, we can keep people the hell off of us and score shit ton of points while we're doing it. Plus, they're also OC nice. You know what I mean? That's a big deal on that. So it's important to look at why we're doing stuff.
I mean, that comes up multiple times. Being able to just steal objectives with dumb infantry is really nice.
It's just you can't just try to kill people because you're not always going to be able to kill everybody. There's a shit ton of armies that have 4-ups. You know what I mean? The customers are the most rampant of that. But you have to have a auxiliary plan to that, and your auxiliary plan, every time I'm making an army, there's 3 things that go into an army: your damage output, your scoring potential, and your move blocking potential units. So you have to have those 3 facets every time you make a list, and this one's a little low on scoring and move blocking. So I would take down the damage just a little bit and up the scoring and move blocking. And the Rough Riders are sus. But when I take Rough Riders, I get to say, Rough Riders! Ho, ho, ho! Anytime DMX comes into my game, I'm pretty good. So, well. You know, we talk about the Guard and we just summon a hunter. But I think that we need more infantry. I would go 1 less tank commander. Or one of you guys like cranking up your crossbow or something? What the hell is that noise? But what are your guys' thoughts on that? Besides cranking your crossbow,
I think that makes sense.
You gotta fight people with crossbows. I think more things is always the answer. More things to give you the ability to play your mission. Check your damage first before you add more things.
I agree on
then
this.
You're good.
I think that we just need more stuff.
So you drop 1 tank commander and 1 exterminator, and then you get Krieg and a shit ton of points for other stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that we just need way more things in here.
To me, this list doesn't look very scary. I just tag everything, and all the weapons have blast. Game over.
I would just rather have stuff. That's
All
where
right.
I would go with this. We drop a tank commander, possibly drop the exterminator, but no matter what we do with that, we just get a lot more things on the board. Yeah, I agree on that. We'll just do Creed for overlapping. Of course he's cranking your crossbow. How else is he supposed to keep the peasants where they belong? Best thing said today. So,
All right, next list.
I agree. Hunter, do you agree? Now we're doing orcs. Wog. So, this one wanted to do multiple waves of guys. So, we got Snake Rock, Dirty Badrock, a Banner Knob, 2 War Bosses, 10 Commandos, 10 Knobs, 2 times 5 Knobs, 2 units of Grots, 2 units of Storm Boys, 1 10-man unit of Storm Boys, 2 times 3 Squig Hogs, a custom boost out Ballista, and 3 trucks. I didn't see it in here. I'm just assuming that I didn't. I was going to add this up, but I'm assuming that Dirty Badrock goes with Dirty Badrock and the Boys to form the combo of Dirty Badrock and the Boys. I didn't want to get Wog super loud because it'll explode everybody's ears. I was trying to be kind.
Does he not have Storm Boys, or are they just?
No, Flash Kits is what they were looking for. I didn't
that's
see the
how
thing, but I'm just assuming. I didn't put this into points, so I'm just assuming that there's 10 Flash Kits. So lean back and Wog to the sky. Wog! So, as I was saying, I still am having a hard time getting behind 10-man commandos. I was talking to Wog Tactics, and he really likes them in his list. And orcs really do want a 4 deployer, but having them in 10 mans like hurts my soul. And they're expensive for that. They're like just a crazy expensive orc unit for what they are. And I just don't want to spend them any points. I want them to be into 5s. I probably would still pay that premium point cost if I could make them in 5-man units. I really hope in the codex that. So no giant squig off. Screw that.
Yeah, this list is missing something, and it's Gargantuan Squiggoth.
Yeah, and it's going to continue to be missing that because we'd like to win. So, but I don't think I really want a 10-man unit of Storm Boys. The Storm Boys are literally for scoring, early move blocking, early ability to do secondaries. So I'd probably just go with 3/5. So that gives us 65 points. The custom booster Blaster makes me sad because it's got the coolest name in the game, but it's not very good. So I would rather have more of that.
I want to answer JCS's question in chat after. Continue, sorry.
You're putting in guns. They're flyers again. Where how it went?
He said, JCMS Meta Monday says, so how do orcs deal with Death Guard and Custodes?
I'm going to go with both these because Gaz got one right before him too. See the 10 Storm Boys with Zag? Yes and no, but it becomes like something that just kind of gets disintegrated, and I don't like the point cost on that for what they do because I think they hit semi-light, and I could just do that with other stuff, to be honest with you. So he says matchup dependence. I don't know if all orc lists should use 20-man, 2 times 20-man boys. If I'm going to use 20-man boys, I'm going to put Gaz in my list because I want Makari's 12-inch lethal aura to make them really, really good. So in this, we basically have I need a unit of flash kits. If they don't have flash kits, I want flash kits, and that would probably want me to have one more truck, to be honest with you. I'm assuming they have. So we got 3 trucks. So they're going to be 10 knobs in one truck and 2 times 5 knobs in the other truck, and a war boss joining 2 of the units of knobs. And I would go 3 times 5 Storm Boys if we're not doing why can I remember his stupid name? Zagstruck. If we're not doing Zagstruck, I really don't need a 10-man unit of Storm Boys because they won't do enough damage. So I would like to have. I have been a huge fan of a 6-man Squig Hog Boy with Knob on Smash a Squig with Head Wampa Kill Choppa, because he just picks up vehicles and monsters so amazingly because of the devastating wounds on a 3 during the WOG, and that's a big deal on that. So
What's the name of the big dinosaur guy?
Mazrog.
That guy is annoying as shit.
Mazrog's like the only problem with Mazrog is that and I played a ton of Mazrog in my orcs, and I love him and I hate him because he either performs amazingly or he gets picked up, and that's 4-up life because he's got a 4-up invul, 4-up final pain. So like commandos are tough for me again, KR, because of the fact of their price tag and the fact that you can only take 10 mans. So Maz does no damage a lot too. It literally the jaws are what does it because he's only AP1 and AP2 with his attacks. Jaws being AP2, but they have devastating wounds. So the jaws can swing high. So he's got a super high ceiling, and people have to take him out because of the fact that he gets that +1 damage for both his attacks and the jaws attacks versus vehicles and monsters. So he can do crazy damage, but like sometimes he just bounces off shit. You know what I mean? He's mainly a damage sponge and just draws fire in. I have actually put Gaz in my newest list just because I want that. For one, I want the lethal hits, but I want the extra AP because I see custodes all over the place. And to go into the Meta Monday question, how do orcs deal with death guards and custodes? You have to pick your fights, and a lot of times what you're going to be doing is a lot of move blocking. In this list, I would probably put a 3rd unit of Gretchen. They're fantastic to make sure you're the one hitting first. You can also just wrap people. Like you just go, hey, look, it's 6 custodes. I'll just put 11 grots around you. Or I'll hold hands with you with 5 storm boys. So you can block them off quite a bit. Gaz going into them does real work. Plus you can just assign high AP damage to his 2-up invuln. So I would like to see a bigger unit of the Squig Hogs with Naba and Smasha. And I'm not sold on the commandos yet, to be honest with you. It's just a lot of points that we could have into more stuff. I think knobs are a must-have. If we had Gaznir, I'd debate on taking the 20-man, the big unit. What if the custodian shot my grots earlier? Well, stop letting him shoot your grots. How about that? So
for the Death Guard matchup, you have to find where the Nurglings are, pull them out of their homes, and beat them to death in the streets.
Yes, up like 1,000%. I've actually shot Dirty Bedrock and the boys specifically at Nurglings for my first volley of shots. They have to die because you can't just have -2 to hit between the minus to your weapon skill and then the -1 to hit the whole time. The Death Guard matchup isn't the worst thing in the world, but you have to play it very smart. And again, that's where I've been really leaning into triple grots right now, just to have things in front of me to make them have one more, because you want to be hitting first. The custodes, the unit of Mega Knobs is tough because of the fact that they just don't have enough attacks. If you go with Twinling Killsaws, they're fantastic for what they do, but they have 2 attacks. They'll have 3 on the WOG turn. So like, I'm back and forth. In my newest list, I have a unit of Mega Knobs that goes with Gaz, because I took out Maz because I couldn't have 2 big things on my list that would make my head explode. So you're basically, if I'm gonna bring Gaz, I'm gonna bring some Mega Knobs because I want those. They're effectively ablative wounds on him. But we want to do two waves of stuff, and I don't think the commandos are doing a good job of that. So I'd kill the commandos, I'd kill the custom boosted blasta, I'd get us another unit of grots. I'd like to get a big unit of Squigog boys with a character in it, and I'm assuming that we have flash kits here. Should orcs change to MSU? I'm already a MSU, to be honest with you. Almost all of my lists have a ton of random shit. I'm running at least 3 trucks. I'm running 3 Storm Boys, 3 grots. I don't know if the truck spam life works because there's a lot of people bringing bigger guns to deal with things like Custodes and Catan. So they're just going to deuce out your trucks fairly quickly. So, but I don't hate having just more things that can threaten. You want more trash, but you also want more things that can hit. And that's why I'm a big fan of the 6-man Squigog boy with Head Wappa Kill Choppa. And I am a big fan of Gaz right now. just because of the extra AP and the 2-up invul. So it's a big deal on that. And those guys just have a high toughness on that. And the big thing is the infantry. And I'm really focused on playing a GW terrain right now. So I'm going to be just charging through walls all over the place. So I want to have enough. So I do like 2 war bosses. I like Gaz. I don't hate the banner knob at all. But I probably want 3x5 Storm Boys, another unit of Grots, and that 6-man Squigog with Head Wampa Kill Champa is what I'd rock here. I mean, we've seen people do like fairly well with Maz and a Beast Boss and Squigosaur. I've seen a decent amount of people running that also. I actually think that orcs can play in a variety of ways. Like if you look at like Naden's list versus my list, they're wildly different, and both of us have had great success running our list in them.
Are you playing a GW train this weekend?
I will be playing a GW terrain this weekend. I'm playing a DE this weekend though. I didn't want to travel with models. So
Sad orc noises.
I was going to bring the orcs, but then I could fly without bringing a model. So that seemed better.
You should show off your orcs that you painted.
And I am painting my own orcs now.
This is a hobby stream. It's supposed to be, at least. So show off those orcs.
I mean, I could, except for they're of course not at my house. They're at Snakes' house.
Well, you have a picture, right?
What's that? Oh, I
You
do
have
have
a
a
picture.
picture. But I'll do that at the end.
All right. Next list, then.
Championship Cup is going to use GW. I'm 90% sure.
Are they? Because it's an FLG event.
I think they're going away from that. I hope so. The player plays terrain. I'm just not down with that. Ain't trying to hear that.
I'm just saying it is an FLG event, so I'm not 100% sure they aren't using player plays terrain.
But in this, like for the last of the fix here, I would drop Booster Blasta. I would make it a 5-man Storm Boys, and I would get more. I would get another unit of Grots, and I'd make myself have another character with that. That's what I do. I don't know if it's going to be WTC on that either. They haven't seen very much WTC in America, though. Blood Angels Mojo. I'm just assuming that it's Corbulu's in here 14 times. But here's my garage.
He's not even in here once. I'm so disappointed.
I know. The plan of action here is aggressively stage turn 1, wait for response, punch and face really hard. Hopefully you're dead now. We've got double 5-man infiltrators, Vanguard, 10-man Vanguard vet unit with shields, 2 3-man units of plasma inceptors, 2 gladiator lancers, 10-man Death Company jump packs, 2x5 assault intercessors, combi lieutenant, jump captain, jump chaplain, who will go with one of the units of bros to give them +1 to wound, and Gabriel Seth, the leader of the Flesh Tears. True. That's what I'm saying. The Wog Banner plus Knobs and Gaz make the Makari lethal go off twice. 100%. So, but I do like that with them. So, with this list, I semi-hate Vanguard vets with a passion of 1,000 suns, even though I have like a ton of them and I'd love to run them again, because they just don't do enough damage. So,
do you think the +2 strike +1 attack helps?
I don't know.
Because they would be pumping out, what, 50 attacks?
They've got a decent amount of attacks. I just don't know if I love them for what they're doing.
Strike 6, AP1, I think.
My problem with 2x3 plasma inceptors is I kind of want a big unit of them to be able to take out a hard target. And I'd probably go 6-3.
But he's not playing that type of list because he's playing Blood Angels.
Sure, but if you're playing the Inceptors and you're doing Plasma on that point, you're either using your Inceptors to sneak something away, or you're using them to score secondary objectives. And so I don't know if Plasma's the way to go on that one. You know what I mean?
It looks like Seth goes in the 5 assault intercessors, which just seems like a death trap to him.
I kind of want Scouts good stuff. I love the Scouts as always. I would like to see more Death Company, to be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah, isn't the play here supposed to be 2x10 Death Company so you can murder, death bomb them on your fight on death, and then you just run aside.
Well, if you're doing that, you're doing one jumping, one walking, because the on death works differently on that. You know what I mean? Because you can fight on death. Yeah, the jump captain. Well, the jump captain just goes with the Van Vets, and the jump chaplain can go. Like jump chaplain has to go with. I just want more people. I actually just want another 10-man unit of Death Company.
I think there should be a sanguinary priest because it doesn't give feel no pain. You can still attach like a captain.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking we could do with this. I'd like to just see a little bit more Death Company and stuff that facilitate that, and just put some beats on people. Zach, you're late. You're not late enough, though. We still have your list. Yeah, I agree. The captain's the waste in a small unit. 100%.
I feel like this is just trying to do MSU, but not doing it well because of all the characters.
Yeah, I think we need less dudes, and it will. I'd like if you want characters, I want them to go into a unit that makes a difference, and a 5-man unit just doesn't make a difference. I don't want a character in a 5-man nobodies. Yeah, I mean, because the price on it.
You're taking the gladiator lancers because they're cheap, right? Not because they're like super efficient.
I think they're the best anti-tank in the Codex.
Yeah, they're the best anti-tank in the Codex, and they have long-range shots. All the gladiator tanks are pretty good for the price point. Like the Reaper, the Lancer, they're all good. So
you're playing this at which whatever named detachment?
It looks like the Blood Angels one.
This is
based on the war gear, the artist in a war, and
yeah.
Okay.
Because he's playing Flesh Tears specifically. Well, he's playing the Gladiator with the Pulsar Executioners because it's 60 points cheaper. But you could do a Lancer and a Reaper.
So, Brad, I don't think those Vanguard veterans have jump packs. I think they're just on foot.
Uh-oh. He comes in with the Dollar Super Set to defend his own list. I love it. Captain plus Priest go with the Van Vets. I mean, that's a big price tag to hit with those, though. That's true. Without a gladiator, you would not get a ton of pop culture references and quotes. Are you entertained? But
thumbs down.
That's hurtful. That's hurtful. I would just like to see another unit of Death Company in here. It's Flesh Tears. You know what I mean?
Did they get squatted? Okay.
So I would really like to see that. I would rather just lean into it, to be honest with you. It's like either we're playing MSU or going everywhere, because we have like a little bit of everything. I'd like to really lean into beating the shit out of people with some of these hand-to-hand units if I'm doing that. And just taking the board. So I'd like to really see this go harder into thumping on that. God, Inceptors are so expensive for what they are now. A 20-point increase was just a lot. They still go into like all my lists, but man, it really...
They're still super good.
But yeah, you're not wrong. It's just that like it really takes away. It's like you want 2 Inceptors, well, you're not taking another Scout Squad then. I do agree that Seth needs a bigger beat stick unit. Yeah, I would like to see him throw down in a bigger unit as opposed to having just an Bleed of Wounds unit.
Would this be better in like a Vanguard detachment where they get the -1 to hit, -1 to hit cover, being able to infiltrate a unit of Death Company?
Vanguard's more of a shooting one. Yeah, I mean, he's trying to get up close and personal. I might want to just do this in a Gladius, you know what I mean? For advance and charge 1 turn and then fall back and shoot. And
what about Stormlands?
Stormlands gives us all in on that. And the problem is we're not bringing anything that like benefits from any of their strats. And I really don't need to advance and charge all the time. I just need the access to threaten it. So I'd like to see another Death Company. I'd like to see a bigger unit for Seth to just thunder down So cool, just slamming Van Vets with the 2 characters. I'd like to see another 10-man. I'm just debating on the tanks right now.
Do you think 2x5 infiltrators with no Phobos Librarian is worth it?
Yes. You can literally use them to completely box out your entire backfield from dumb shit happening to you. So you can take 2 objectives on the 5 objective missions fairly reliably, and or just make sure people aren't coming back there. So I'm cool with that. There's never going to be a time where I don't like scouts. Weirdly enough, the plasma inceptors might be something else. It's either that or if we need a long-range dedication package in this army, or we want to lean more into just punching people in the head.
You're trying to punch people.
Because I feel that the strength of this army is basically like how World Eaters have the strength, which is I want to go up behind walls, take objectives of the midfield, and tell people that I'm going to jump up and hit you. You're not just trying to win a nickel and dime game with people. You want to basically say, I'm going to delete your stuff if it gets too close, and I'm just going to take these objectives till you do something about it.
I like that they say that if when they die, they also die you back. That's a pretty cool thing.
Yeah. I mean, Money has got a good thing on this, because PA having such a good win rate into Crowns and Custo, the 2 most played faction, gives them real legs. And I think that that's not from the shooting parts of it. You know what I mean? It's from their ability to punch you in the face. So I want to lean more into that with this list.
So Seth can join Vanguard Veterans, but the Vanguard Veterans are legends. So this must be a Vanguard Veteran squad with jump packs.
I was assuming it was jump packs.
Yeah. So he can't join the jump pack guys. He can only join the Legends unit that doesn't exist anymore.
All right. Hold on real quick, because I want to see what Austin said after Brad. Orcs after Brad. AB. Bad Ruck plus 10. Dirty Bad Ruck and the Boys. War Boss with 5 noms. War Boss plus 5 noms. Banner Nom plus 10 noms. Love that. 3 times 11 grots. 2 times 3 squigs. Nom on Smash Squig and 6 squigs. 3 times 4 storms and 3. I like that a lot. I mean, that's that's close to what I'm running already. So I definitely love it. Why is every enhancement named a fulcrum? So I want this list to lean more into punching. I'm coming back to this one, to be honest with you, because I don't want to rip it apart completely, but I want to lose either the Inceptors or the Lancers and just go way harder into punching people in the face. So I'm going to Thousand Suns, because I'm also losing. I'm supposed to be done in a minute, and I'm not going to be done because I've got 2 more lists to go. So Zach's Thousand Suns, we've got Double Exalted Sorcerer, Infernal Master, Aramon, Magnus, basically 10 rubrics with flamers that go with Aramon, 5 rubrics, 10 Zangors, 2 units of 10 Zangors, sorry. God damn it. Hold on. Apparently goofed this one all up when I was formatting it, but no need to worry. It's all good in the hood. Vindicator, Mutalix Vortex piece to make our powers go double. I'd like to see probably, Jesus Christ. And
You mess up the Vindicator too. Thousand Suns Vindicator.
Yeah, I already. I just dropped it behind. So we're gonna drag this whole thing up. Rink.
So what is the Vindicator doing in this list?
It's not. It's getting killed.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
immediately getting cut. You're also cutting the cake.
Yeah.
Yeah, first thing to assist your Thousand Suns list is you have to hit your break points on your Cabal points. You have to count to like 14.
Yeah, we
Make sure that you hit your 14.
I actually like higher, because I want a double doom when I don't move. And or I want to take away saves. You just need to be able to shake and bake. This army is made of things you can do with Cabal points, and it starts to go downhill when you can't. So we smoke. I hate the Vindicator with a passion of 1,000 Suns. It's like literally showing up as the 6'3" kid on a 5th grade basketball team. One of these things is not like the others. Like, wait a second, that guy's been held back. So I would like 2 units of Zangor Enlighten. I think that they're amazing for 45 points. They have the reactive move, which is huge. They're really good for scoring, and they give away nothing. I do like 10-5-5 because I'm going to jam those together. The Flamer rubrics with Air Monitor is just bonkers town. They're just so good, but we do need more Cabal, so we have to talk about that.
So how many Cabal points do you think you should have? Because right now this says 2, 4, 6, 9, 12, 16.
I'd like to have 18 plus, to be honest with you. I mean, we have the Cabal points for the rubrics also. So,
yeah, that's including that. There's 16 including the rubrics.
But you're going to start losing stuff fairly quickly because you just have to be able to trade into stuff. You know what I mean? I don't hate the Zangors. I don't know if I want 2. I'd rather have 2 Zangor Enlighten and 1 Zangor because I kind of want the Zangor just pushed back on my home. Just because I want 10 models to string out and be able to box out the back. You know what I mean? The Vortex Beast, I really love the Vortex Beast doubling up on your range. It's so big. So I wouldn't mind having... I'd like to have an Exalted Sorcerer just running around, another one on a disc, just being able to do shenanigans. Slowing people down is amazing. But it would also help a little bit with Cabal points. But we have just like a ton of stuff we could do here. You know what I mean? We could get...
So if you drop the Zangor and the Vindicator, that's 255 points.
Well, I mean, I don't even know if we need to drop the Zangors, because 2 times 10 Zangors is not bad at all. I just don't like the Vindicator.
Do they cult us?
You can get the Chaos spawn out of there too.
I mean, you still need stuff, guys.
You need action monkeys.
The thing about the Thousand Suns is the army has wild upside. It does crazy amounts of damage. It can just pick up literally anything in the game. The problem is, as soon as you start losing Cabal points, you don't get as many options. You can't double Doom point and double move. You know what I mean? You can't take away saves and then move out. You know, you need to be able to do all of these things, and you need to be able to do them consistently. A lot of times what you're looking to do is basically what can kill Magnus. You know what I mean? And just pick that shit up and then just have Magnus just run rampant. Or if you have an army that's tons of big guns, then you're not really looking to do that. You're looking to see, what can I pick up the rest of his shit? Can I pick up all of his scoring? You know what I mean? So I'd like to have just a little bit more. I mean, this list is good, to be honest with you. I mean, in the end, I would literally kill the Vindicator and just get more things, and the list is really good besides that. I would probably just choose another character and another unit. You know what I mean? Double Zangors, I want double Zangor Enlightened, so effectively that says that I have 145 points to spend, because I'm going to kill the Vindicator and give myself another unit of Enlightened. And I think that that's big right there. And then we could jam in another character or another unit of Rubric Marines. It would up our Cabal points and or it up our movement. Because you need some characters that are going to die, you know what I mean? And one of the Exalted Sorcerer on disc is a motherfucker, you know what I mean? That can do a lot. He can pop in, pop out, and slow people down. He can do, crazy damage and then just leave again. But we need the Cabal points to be able to do that. So, like, I would lose this. Vindicator for sure is getting killed. And then we add another unit of Enlighten and just more Cabal points is where I would go. The list is solid. The list looks like all the lists in 2024 that have done really well with Thousand Suns, including last weekend when they won at Cherokee. It looks very similar to those. You know what I mean? And there's a reason why those are doing well. They have a decent amount of trash and a huge amount of output. So,
how many points are we working with right now currently?
If I kill the Vindicator and I get another Enlighten, you have 145.
So you get exactly one character.
One character, one rubric.
The Thousand Suns Demon Prince is not terrible. He does give the stealth aura.
Well, he gives the stealth aura, but he also gives the ability to target a character. He gives precision to somebody.
Yeah. He's not bad. He's just 180, which is a little expensive.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate that guy, but it's like hard to get him, Magnus, and a Vortex Beast all together because it's a bunch of big shit. But the thing is that I don't hate that at all because precision with like Aramon's Flamer unit means that you're killing, yes, character that's in a unit. You know what I mean? There's just nobody that's surviving, especially if you're on an objective with full rerolls and +1 a wound, and you just choose Devastating, and you're just like, hey, your guy's dead. Why? Because these 1 million dice say you're dead. And that's a big deal on that. So I wouldn't hate that either. But like the list is very, very good in and of itself. I would just lose the Vindicator, grab another unit of Enlighten, and then grab either a unit or another character. Because you just need more Cabal. We definitely just need more Cabal. I would like to see 20, but 18 would be fine. You know what I mean? Because you are just going to pick a couple of these units up. So we do need trading pieces.
Did any of them? I'm just trying to look. I'm trying to add this stuff so we can see. I don't think any of them have Umbralific Crystal. So if you don't have Umbralific Crystal, you can't threat the backfield. You can't jump into someone's deployment and flame down something, which is what you need. So that means you need to cut. You need to make room for another character to go with the.
Well, we could do
Rubric
that.
Marines.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. If we do that, we still have a $145, so we could just put a character with an upgrade in here.
Yeah, you got to do that with the Umbralific Crystal. The one who can flip a 6 is the one you want.
Yeah, so we could definitely throw that in there. You know what I mean? And I think that would be perfect for this list, to be honest with you. All right, we're doing that. This one's easy because the list was almost already fantastic. Good job. Grey Knights, Coach SK. Grandmaster with a Sigil. Grandmaster and Nemesis Dread Knight armor. Drago Momban. 10-man unit of Terminators, which hurts my soul 420. Ouch. Doesn't hurt my soul as much as that Paladin squad at 450. Triple Dread Knight, 1 strike squad. I'm going to pass out from the amount of big shit that's in here. Now, I do like the Grandmaster. With the regular Grandmaster with the Sigil is super nice because you just jam him into one of the 10-man squads, and basically the first time somebody shoots you, you just deuce out, which is nice because you can just really threaten somewhere. I love that no matter what, you can always say you can win stuff because Eric Forsman just won with 6 Dread Knights, 3 Grandmasters and 3 others, and 1 squad. So I'm more of a big fan of just 3 Dread Knights, 1 Grandmaster and 2, or 3 and no Grandmaster. So it's one of those things where I don't know. Having only 10-man squads it's tough because, man, this is just going to be a tough army to play around. It's, you know what I mean? It's going to have a hard time playing the game. Against certain missions, it's going to feel fantastic. You're playing like Hammer and Anvil, Sigil, Sites of Power. This is going to be like, I found my sweet spot. I sit on these objectives and just roll up points. But the fact is you play anything that has, 5 spread objectives or hidden supplies where you're going to have 6 objectives, it's going to have a hard time being multiple places. Because as soon as a couple of Dread Knights go down, are you just bouncing with your Paladin squads? You know what I mean? People, if someone's smart, they're just not going to let you drop on their objectives. So while you have pew-pewing for days, you don't have the ability to really play the mission. So you're kind of forced to just play fixed. Because you're definitely...
And that could be a trap.
Well, that's my problem with it, is it's just this is going to have like wild up and down matches. I mean, this like wrecks depending on what it gets.
Screening out 11 Terminators seems pretty easy to do.
Yeah, but like certain armies just can't deal with this. Like I said, if you're playing like Sites of Power and they just put a Paladin and a Terminator unit on the 2 side objectives and just go, I just dropped a 15 on primary on you. You know what I mean? That's a big deal. But other games, it's just going to be like a pain in the ass when you're just bopping around. So I don't know how I feel about I'd like to have just as usual. That's always going to be my style. Is I'd like to have more shit, but especially in this list. I mean, you figure you pick up the strike squad, and you just start nickel and diming these dread knights, and they have effectively 2 units. You know what I mean? To play the game with. So I just don't know. 100%. I do like Drago like YOLO solo because you just pick him up and just slam him down, and he gets his plus to charge, so he can just pick up something in your backfield. That's pretty scary. Drago, my man's doing warp dust and crazy shit. I love him. I'm just debating whether we just give ourselves a 5-man paladin squad, which gives us a shit ton of points to play with, and then we could get. Go ahead.
So do you think a brother captain's worth it over a grandmaster?
No, you want the grandmaster with the sigil if you're doing that.
Well, sigil's a enhancement, isn't it?
Correct. The grandmaster just gives us options for stuff. I mean, if I was going to go anybody, I wouldn't mind seeing like Brotherhood librarians. Those guys' damage output is crazy. Plus, they can be YOLO solo threats because they can drop in and just nuke people.
Those are pretty scary.
Yeah. I mean, it's a big deal on that. Yeah, I mean, and Austin's 100% correct on this. I mean, ignoring modifiers is king. It's fantastic.
I was just thinking the sustain hits with all the side cannons.
I can't even look at a Terminator squad that costs 420 points without feeling sick.
The thing is, Austin, I'm actually thinking that myself. He goes, comp GK requires a Calidus. Yeah. And two 10-man bricks is just tough. I mean, this list is done well, but I think it's very matchup dependent. It also goes whether this is trying to straight play singles or it's trying to play teams, because this would be a better team army than I think a singles army, because you would really suffer against certain armies with this. You know what I mean?
Side cannons blow.
They're better than they used to be, for sure.
I like the list that Sean put together with all like the flamers and just store bolters, and there's
it's MSU. It's another. We put that together.
9 million bodies. Like, it seems just way better to play with.
It's more, but it's a wildly different style, and that's the whole thing when we're doing Fix My List, is you want to make sure that you're keeping the same style of list. You know what I mean? Yes, would I prefer playing 3 Dread Knights and 1 million units? Yeah, but that's an MSU army. You know what I mean? And that's not this army. He's trying to play.
You're trying to be a hammer.
Yeah, he's trying to be exactly. He's trying to be a Terminator hammer list. To tell you the truth, I'm going to go with the chat on this one. I'm probably losing 5 paladins, and I'm picking up just more shit. Brotherhood librarian, a Calidus. It's just, you can just pick up, at least 2 units / characters of stuff that would help you play the game significantly more than just than 5 more paladins will do. We just have to have some options here. And hold on, I'm going to go back to the Grey Knights, but please like and subscribe to the channel. It helps a ton and makes it so that I don't have to live in the underpass near Douglas. So I don't know why I picked a very specific underpass, but but this one I think we lose 5 paladins and just grab some more stuff. I would love to have a Calidus. I would love to have probably a Brotherhood librarian in here, and or just another unit of anything. You know what I mean? We have enough points for either. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
Sounds like a plan.
Excellent plan.
Yeah, I think those librarians are pretty nutty. The ability is crazy good.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, to be fair, I just wouldn't mind a double Brotherhood librarian. Just gross. You know what I mean? Those guys just drop damage. It's pretty legit. And you can really isolate and pick up stuff. It's pretty sweet.
And it gets too low up.
Yes. Also, I still want to go back to this Blood Angels one. You know what? I'm going to send him something on this, because I got to really tear that one apart. And that is true. The Libby does love to nuke an enemy Calidus. The enemy Calidus just gets smoked. Heard you got 4 wounds, yo. Kaboom!
I mean, we probably don't have time to dive into it right now, but is the reason that Blood Angels have a high win percentage against necrons and Custodes is because they present that threat, where they throw a unit that's going to kill you if they fight first.
And
They will
fight
also
list.
kill you.
Yeah, 100%. Their fight of death is a huge deal. And because
You
of the
just pick up whatever.
well, here's the reason it's such a big deal, because they said that you use all your abilities considering what you are right now. So basically they get to use their under half, under full and under half abilities because they're completely dead. So they get all the +1, you know what I mean, to hit and everything, to wound, all that, when they get smoked. So they just fight on death and just pick your unit up anyways. So they can get good trades on that. It's a big deal on that. That's why I said I'd like to see more Death Company in that list. You know what I mean? So that you can really lean into that. Because I think that that's what that list is looking to be, is just a midfield bully. You know what I mean? You're not looking to nickel and dime people. You're looking to get big trades and keep people the hell off your objectives and just score points.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting situation.
PR also has a big thing. I don't understand why they do it like that, because so apparently Custodes -1 damage doesn't work because they +1 after the -1. So it's 1, and then they -1, and then they add 1 at the end. So whatever. Math on that one. It's just weird the way it's written. So it just doesn't do what it's supposed to do at that point in time. So, do you guys like to plug some stuff?
I want to know what events Kyle's going to next.
I would like to know where Kyle's going.
I will be at Adepticon next, just strictly drinking.
I mean, that's probably the best way to go to Adepticon.
Come down to the Mayhem GT May 19th in Mabane, North Carolina. Contact my boy Dean Pritchard to buy your ticket on the website. There are golden tickets. I'm hopefully going to get a Brad there.
Brad.
Hopefully we're getting a Crawley and a Brandon and all of the good boys. We're going to rock out.
Only if you call me a good boy when I show up.
I want to know when the next tournament at the David Buster's is going to be. That's when I want to go to.
Well, I don't work there anymore, so never.
He's like 2 hours from there, so
Make it happen.
We can host an RTT at the Dave & Buster's here, but it's just me and you playing 4 rounds.
I mean, we'll be able to play like 10 games.
And you guys are actually playing at your table, like the table that you're just sitting and eating at. Yeah. All right, Brandon, this burger is actually a piece of terrain, but I ate it, so I can see now. I'm going this weekend to Melee Deathmatch Kung Fu 3000 at Shiloh in Arkansas. I'm going down to see Blake. It's going to be amazing. Painted Orcs.
What's this Dark Elder list you're taking?
Oh, it is delightful. It's
only Raiders.
No, it is 4 Raiders, 3 Venoms, 3 Incubi, a unit of Witches with Lilith, Scourges, Ravagers, 2 Reaver jet bikes. There's just so much stuff. 2 Mandrakes. I think I've got 25 units. It makes me happy.
Good thing kill points isn't a thing anymore.
Yeah, I would lose horribly on that. You know what? Per Brandon's request, I'm going to show. Do I even have a picture of this?
You should. You took a picture and you were sharing it on Facebook with everybody.
Yeah, but then I'm done. I don't save anything. That's crazy, Doug.
Do you need me to send it to you because you're a child?
Hold on. I'll show you the orcs. They're not even.
Before we do that, can I ask a serious question?
Sure.
Where is Arkansas? Give me the surrounding states, because in my mind it's like
Tennessee.
Okay.
Missouri.
I was going to say, you said Tennessee.
Mississippi.
It's not even close.
It is close.
There's my orcs, though.
Look, they're beautiful.
Joyous.
Brad painted those on Sunday.
I did.
Now we only need 200 more bodies to finish off the orc army.
Slowly but surely.
Those look pretty decent, honestly. So again, Arkansas is where? I'm pretty sure it's not a real state.
It is a real state.
I don't even know what to say to this. I was ready to say goodbye and do the Queen's wave, but then you just didn't know what the United States looks like. So for all of you, I'm going to put up
Morons you're talking to.
Brit coming out of nowhere.
Don't know what the United States looks like.
I feel like it has to touch the other made-up states like Iowa and South Dakota. That's where it is in my mind.
There you go, Kyle.
South Dakota is like hundreds of miles away from
I
Arkansas.
put up a map of the United States for you.
Yeah, see,
Doesn't he
Tennessee,
live-
Missouri,
Yeah.
Mississippi.
Yeah,
That's
he's from North
Arkansas.
Carolina.
Oh my god.
It's Arkansas.
There's no way that Arkansas is right there. It doesn't make any sense that it exists there. I don't believe this.
You see its spiky edge on the east side of the state? That's caused by the Mississippi River there, Kyle.
That's stupid. Arkansas is definitely where Wyoming is currently. They flip-flop those in history.
I'm flying into the capital of Arkansas on Friday morning.
Which I'm going to assume the capital of Arkansas is Nebraska.
It just keeps getting worse.
It's Lincoln, Nebraska.
It is
Yeah.
Lincoln, Nebraska is the capital of Arkansas.
Bro, and June is the capital of Florida. Get the fuck out of here. Who are you talking? Hang up the phone.
I think Brittany just called you retarded there, Kyle.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a bad word.
Man. So on this note, everybody, let's Queens wave our way out. And no one can see you, so I will do it
You're the
myself.
only one.
Because we're in Europe, guys.
And see you later. And you're welcome for the educational map.